Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. This message is a message that I'm going to have labeled as a message for April 9th because I am posting it in time for the 9th where I am in the world. But maybe the 9th has come and gone for you, or you won't see this for a few weeks or months or years. So I'm setting the intention and asking that this message find you and that it be a message for you for the next 24 hours from whenever you happen to see it. Happy birthday to all the April 9th babies out there. And happy birthday to you if it happens to be your birthday on whatever random day you may stumble upon this message. The card that we have coming up here today is the World. Okay, Major Arcana energy. So, Major Arcana cards are going to come up anytime that it's a significant new chapter in our life. It's a defining moment. And so that being said, Major Arcana energy typically isn't going to be over in like 24 hours, but we can expect that the things happening in the next 24 hours are setting a series of events into motion for us. That we're coming into a significant time, a significant series of events that are coming together to open doors, to usher in new experiences, and it's a significant shift, especially with the World card, especially with this particular card here. For those of you who don't know, the World card is a card having to do with like we're closing out karmic cycles, we're closing out karmic situations, and we passed the test, we passed the karmic lesson, and so we're never going to have to repeat that lesson ever again. We've broken out of those energetic chains, we've broken out of the past life agreements that no longer serve us. We've had a really significant shift here when the World card is coming up. So it's very much a card about freedom, like being released from that energetic bondage, being released from those cycles that were bringing us so much pain or so much suffering. And it's a time that we're very liberated. We're ready to be seen. We're ready to be celebrated. We're ready to be accepted. There's an element of travel also here with this card, and also like making a name for ourselves. Sometimes the World card can even come up in situations where something is going viral or something is being seen or known around the world. And so there could be something here where there's a certain level of success or fame coming in here for some of you, or international exposure in some way. So there could be definitely this kind of energies coming in with the World card as well. And this card has a really significant message for me in my readings. And some of you that watch my channel, you've heard me say this in the past. Um, there's a energetic shift that I see happen in people a lot of the time when they're coming into the World card energy, where they're really beginning to embrace and accept all of themselves. So there may be certain things you've been holding back from doing in your life because you've been saying to yourself, I have to change this about me, or I have to change that about me, or I can't do it until, I've fixed this or fixed that about my life. And so we kind of hold back. We tell ourselves that we're not ready, or in essence, that we're not worthy of something until we've made these changes. And so when I see the World card, a lot of the times people are embracing themselves and accepting themselves in that moment how they are, and they're no longer allowing these insecurities or these little things from keeping them from doing what they want to do in their life. So, like, maybe you want to travel, or maybe you want to start a business, or maybe you want to start dating, or maybe you want to, like, there's something that you're telling yourself, like, I'm not good enough for it, or I'm not, like, I don't deserve it, or, people aren't going to like me, or people aren't going to accept me or take me seriously until I change this or until I change that. And so a lot of the times with this energy, I see that people are letting go of that negative ego and just accepting themselves how they are in that moment and moving forward with this plan, this idea, this desire. And so it also connects here when it comes to like manifestation. If you're feeling stuck or trapped in your manifesting, sometimes when we're trying to manifest something for our future and we're seeing it, we're envisioning it happening in our life, whether it's success in your career or whether it is, being with the love of your life, or whatever scenario you're imagining in your head, you're imagining it happen to you, but you're seeing yourself in the situation as like this alternate universe version of yourself. This version of yourself that you are perceiving to be perfect. This version of yourself that you're perceiving to be, this is how I'm supposed to be. And the problem with that is when we manifest in this way, we're telling the universe, hey, universe, here's everything I want, but I don't deserve it until I'm alternate universe version of myself. So once I'm alternate universe version of myself, go ahead and give me these things. We're giving like a mixed message here. I want this, but this is what I have to be in order to get it. There's nothing wrong with wanting to change things about yourself. There's nothing wrong with making things that you see to be self improvements. But those self improvements, when we tell ourselves we don't deserve things until this changes, it's really, really hard to change that thing because we have this judgment against ourselves. We start beating ourselves up. We start putting ourselves down. We get very frustrated. We find ourselves stuck. We find ourselves in stagnation. And oftentimes it's a lot more liberating to say, okay, this is how I am. These are the issues I have in my life, whether they're things about your finances, things about, relationships that need to be repaired, physical things, things having to do with your body or your physical health. Until you can get to that point where you can say, okay, yeah, all right, these are things about myself, and I own it. I own it that this is something that I can improve on or something that I want to improve on. But the fact that I have these improvements that I'd like to make does not mean I'm not deserving of happiness, does not mean I'm not deserving of success, does not mean I'm not deserving of love. Everything I'm wanting, everything I'm calling in, I deserve it right now exactly how I am right now. I'm not going to be more deserving of it once these other things are cleared up out of the way. And I don't have to wait to make these changes to receive these things. I can work on myself. I can make the changes I want to make about me while living my life. I don't have to be in hiding while I'm doing it. And I don't have to wait to be happy. I can be happy now, and these changes can happen along the way. And so I feel like a lot of people are coming into this realization and just coming into just being more accepting of themselves and not seeing it as like a worthiness thing. Okay. This happens a lot too when people are going on to a spiritual path, when they're doing spiritual work or healing work. The biggest challenge I think for people that are going into this kind of work is we think, oh, well, my life's not perfect, right? Like I got this, I got that. Like, who's gonna listen to me? Who's gonna come to me for psychic readings? Who's gonna come to me for energy healing? My life isn't perfect. Well, if you are going into healing work, know this: every time you do a healing on somebody, you're also receiving a healing for yourself. And a lot of the times when you're doing readings for people, there will be messages that come in for you. And you'll walk away from that reading and you'll be like, ooh, spirit just schooled me, right? Like I just learned something I need to adjust within myself. So there's a mutual healing. There's a mutual light. Like, it's actually going to benefit you to get started now. It's going to benefit you to get started now in terms of the work you're trying to do on yourself. Secondly, I don't know about you, okay? But uh, my life was a dumpster fire for the longest time. And I have all kinds of traumas and things that I had to work through. My life was not easy, and I've been through some nightmare situations and scenarios. And so when I started seeking out healing, I didn't want to go to somebody that everything was perfect for them. I didn't want to go to somebody that just had this really easy life. Like, I was like, I need somebody who has suffered, who has been through hell, and who's found the way out. Because if you're just coming at me with butterflies and rainbows and sunshine and beer and Skittles, I'm like, you're not going to get where I'm coming from. I don't know if you're going to be able to help me. And so these things that you're looking at yourself is like, well, I've got this trauma or I've got that. No, 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 no. You are the perfect person for certain people that are going to come across your path. Because they're going to look at you and they're going to be like, you're going to get me. You're going to understand me. You've been through it. You know the way out. I'm going to listen to you. So we have to stop waiting to be perfect. The things that we're seeing as imperfections or the things that we're seeing as flaws are the things that make us relatable, are the things that make us real, are the things that make us credible, and are the things that have given us the tools to be really good at what we're doing. You already have everything inside of yourself right now, and you just gotta go. You just gotta get started. You just gotta move forward. And anything you're wanting to change about yourself, I promise you this, you cannot change it until you accept it. A lot of people have been coming to me about private readings for weight loss. I don't do health readings. I'm not a medical medium. And it's interesting to me that so many people come to me with readings about weight loss because, personally speaking, weight has always been a thing for me since my childhood. I've been very, very big. I've been curvy. I've been chunky. I've been chubby. I've been almost skinny. I've been all over the place. And I'm telling you from my own experience, it's something that just barely now in my life, I'm getting to a point where it's something I don't have to obsess about, where it's something that I can, manage my health in a way where I'm not going to extremes. I'm not obsessing about supplements and calories and just very naturally taking care of myself and letting nature do its thing in getting rid of anything I don't need. Eliminating that excess. But it couldn't happen until I just accepted it. That, hey, okay, all right, right? In the words of the Smiths, some girls are bigger than others, right? I love that song. But there's like, you can't change it until you say, okay, this doesn't make me any more valuable or any less valuable. It's just it's a meat suit. It's the suit that I have over my spirit, and it doesn't define me. And until we make that acceptance and just realize and not take it as a judgment, it's not going to change. It's not going to come off. And in saying that, I'm not telling people that they need to lose weight. I'm not telling people that you need to be any kind of particular body type. You get to be however you want to be. You get to be however you are in the moment, and there's no ideal. There's no should. You should be this way or you shouldn't be that way. But the things that you're wanting to change about you, whatever it is, your financial situation, your relationships, things about your physical appearance, they're not going to change until you accept them, until you learn to be comfortable in your own skin and you release the judgments and you see yourself as worthy and deserving just how you are. And know that even if I don't change this thing about me ever, it doesn't define me as a person. It doesn't make me any less lovable. It doesn't make me any less valuable. It doesn't define my identity. And then we can find that the things that are so hard to change become easier to change, or just take care of themselves, begin to fall away very naturally, begin to fall away very easily. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that's helpful. Allow yourself to come into the energy here of self acceptance, knowing that you are whole, perfect, and complete in this moment as you are, and that there's no any one way you're quote unquote supposed to be. And everything you've been through have given you the tools you need to be successful. They're not limitations. They're not blemishes on your record. They're the things that make you qualified. You are qualified and you are ready. So I hope that that is helpful. I thank you all for checking out the video. Check out the weekly forecasts if you haven't yet done so. Those are linked in the description. Love readings are linked in the description. And if you would like to schedule a private reading with me, there's links in the description that will take you to my scheduling page. Calendly.com/amethystangelite. I thank you all for watching. Be well and hope to see you in tomorrow's message.